Hello, my name is Shanae Nkwonkwo, and today I will be presenting Designing a Better Athlete. So this project was extremely exciting for me because I got to combine my passion for collegiate athletics, being a student athlete myself, with my love for design. So I wanted to look into the day-to-day lives of collegiate athletes and understand the issues they're facing, and then see how these issues could be alleviated through design elements. When I first started my research, I wanted to understand how athletes could live a healthy lifestyle. I wanted to understand what building elements would really foster this healthy lifestyle and focus on well-being. I also looked into ideas such as recovery and rehabilitation and how to get rid of the negative connotations of this within athletics and understanding injury and different issues that come with it. I also wanted to look at morale and motivation and see how student athletes could be motivated by their physical environment. So the research methods I used were summarizing peer-reviewed articles. I did interviews of professionals in the field of design, as well as collegiate athletes, specifically in football. And I did a site analysis of the Notre Dame campus to understand how the building that I am going to design would fit into their existing infrastructure. I also looked at a precedent study to see how has this been done before. And I also did a client narrative to really understand the student athlete and what this building would do for them and how they would interact with this environment that will be designed. So the first thing that I found was that most athletes have a lack of sleep. Athletes just do not have the time to get in the recommended hours, and this leads to different things such as fatigue. It can lead to stress. There are so many different things that come with lack of sleep that just aren't good to have as a student athlete. And then this goes hand in hand with not getting enough recovery. So athletes are doing high intensity workouts multiple times a day, and then they're not recovering as they should. And some of this is due to the lack of facilities for recovery, but also athletes not being motivated in the right ways to seek this recovery and want to be healthy and focus on their well-being. I also looked into mental health. So mental health is something that isn't always addressed within the athletics field, but it's something that is a huge problem. So there are very high rates of student athletes who struggle with different mental health issues, and they either don't have anyone to talk to about it, or they don't have a place where they can go and begin to understand their mental health issues and the things that they could be battling. And lastly, I looked into team morale. So every single team, no matter how good they are, goes through ups and downs. And this is something that can be alleviated through design. So different aspects in the building can help keep these athletes motivated and wanting to show up every single day, day in, day out, whether it's good or not. So first, I looked into some design elements that could help with the lack of sleep. So the very first thing is just providing a space for these athletes to sleep within their locker room. So understanding that they get done with practice, they want to just go crash in the sleeping pod, or they get done with class and they have a 45-minute break before their next workout. They can go hop in one of the pods and just go to sleep. Also, understanding that these athletes go from very high intensity workouts and then they're expected to go home, go on with their day, and go to sleep. So they need a space to unwind from this really high intensity period during their day. So providing a space for yoga and meditation can be really important to help later on facilitate them getting to sleep easier. And Lastly, just providing convenient amenities. So providing a space where athletes can go, they can do their homework, they can relax, unwind. So creating a student lounge or a space where they can get all of the things they need to get done to help them through their very usually jam-packed days. So next I looked into the design elements that could help with recovery. So one of the biggest things that I learned through my interviews was that student athletes dealing with injuries a lot of times don't feel connected to the team. So creating a recovery space and a training room that has a connection to either the outdoor practice fields or the weight room is extremely important for these athletes to still feel as though they're part of the team and give them a reason to go to recovery, to go and get training help so that they can eventually be part of that team again. And then also just providing spaces for athletes to do recovery on their own. There's so many different tools such as rollers to roll out, Normatec boots so they can sit and compress their legs. And there's just so many different machines and things they can do on their own. So just providing a space with the equipment needed is honestly the first step to helping aid in recovery. So next, I looked into how to support a healthy nature around mental health. And I looked into providing a space within the football facility that they can have a personnel that is always there, that they can go to, that they can talk to, just someone that they trust, and a physical reminder that, oh, there's the mental health office. If I ever need help or I ever need anyone to talk to, that there's someone always there. So a permanent personnel that can have an office that everyone knows where they are and how they can get the help they need. Lastly, I looked into team morale and how this could be facilitated through the building's design. So incorporating school colors, symbols, and really reflecting the values of the school, that is one way that you can boost morale. Coming to a building that is reflective of the environment that they're in, as well as recognizing alumni and some of the great accomplishments of the program in the past, that can really help motivate athletes to see, oh, like this person went through the same process that I'm going through, and they're in the NFL now, or they're very successful. That's really motivating for student athletes. They can look up to those who have gone through the same things as them. And it just serves as a way to help keep the athletes wanting to come back and wanting to find success. So in conclusion, I think it is very doable to create a student athlete development building using design elements that will help alleviate the issues that student athletes very commonly have. So understanding what they're going through and understanding the elements such as the sleeping pods or the recovery area and an inviting training room that will really just help facilitate their health and well-being. These are the resources that I used for this presentation. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.